because I do have like three coaches who need to watch it, and they told me in advance. Um, okay, so tonight, guys, we're gonna actually talk about um, the three things that were posted on the picture. So the three vital behaviors, um, inviting, unintentionally inviting people. So, Vanessa's actually going to talk about that because she's had some success with that. And then also, what was the last thing, Vanessa?
Your why.
Your why, yeah. So I'm just going to cover the three vital behaviors just because clearly I'm driving and I have to jump in the house and jump back out and get back in the car. So I really want to talk to you guys like about it just in general. The three vital behaviors, you hear it ingrained in your um, brains literally every day. You see Carl Deichler talking about it. You see coaches like Melanie Mitra talking about it, who, by the way, is like top in the company. You see brand new coaches talking about it. Rock the Basics talks about it. It's an important thing. And the reason why it's so important is because it works. If you are doing this three vital behaviors every single day, which is invite, 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 but in reality, it's more like talk, talk, talk. Just get to know people, make a relationship, build a relationship, talk to them about anything that will eventually someday lead into them saying, look, I trust you, you're my friend, let's do this. Um, Being proof the product works. If you are not drinking Shakeology every day, and if you are not doing a workout at least 5 days a week, that, I mean, it doesn't even necessarily have to be Beachbody related, but fitness in general, you are not going to see any progress for yourself. And why would somebody want to join you and join your team and be on, in your challenge group if you're not even doing that? If you're not drinking Shakeology, and why would they want to invest money in it if you're not? That one's really big for me. Being proof the product works is huge. Why? Because I've been proof the product works, and I've been proof that not using the product doesn't work. I've had a huge transformation, and I've gone backwards. And every time I have a new transformation picture, my business explodes. Every time I say, look what I did in the last like 60 days, because I've actually been on it and sticking to what I said I'm doing, and look at my body, and people are going to flock to that. That right there is Success Club 6 every month. If you have a new transformation, I guarantee you it's gonna help you hit Success Club, because in reality, people want to see something change. Um, People want to see that you're successful with it. Because if you're talking to them and saying, I love this 21-day fix program, it's been awesome for me, they're going to say, that's so great, and I'm so happy for you, but where are your pictures? Like, I want to see that you have had success with it. Um, so I think that, and then the last one, of course, is obviously personal development, which is like, we could have an entire call specifically for personal development and how important it is. Personal development is important not only for your business, but for your relationships in general. Personal development helps me with my husband. Many of you guys know my husband has PTSD, and it's bad. And, for us to communicate effectively is hard sometimes because of how he is. And personal development, I started it when I started the business, and it changed our relationship and our marriage. So it's done more than just move my business forward, it's moved my family forward. So, and when I don't do personal development, I notice that I'm not as nice, I'm not as patient, I'm not as understanding of other people. I'm just not as good of a person. And I'm not going to knock you guys and say you're bad people if you're not doing personal development, but I'm going to tell you that you will see an improvement in your life in general. If you're doing personal development every single day for 10 minutes, that's it, 10 minutes a day. That's not even a chapter in some books. That's a few pages if you read slow. I read slow. So that will literally move your business leaps and bounds. I made a commitment to myself this month that I am going to do personal development every single day. I'm actually on day 14 of successfully doing personal development every single day. It's either when I'm doing the dishes, when I'm giving Emma a bottle and not able to do anything else. It's when I'm driving in the car to and from to drop Marley off at school. That's 5 minutes there, 5 minutes back. That's 10 minutes.
That's audio,
Um,
right?
yes, these are audio. Sorry, I am not reading. These are audio. So I listen to my personal development. I will read sometimes. One of the books that I can actually read, and I'll read it quickly, is Compound Effect or Go for No. Those two books, like, I can read all day and all night. But other books, sometimes I fall asleep when I read. So audio has been huge for me. I have Audible, which is through Amazon, and I pay $14.95 a month, and I get 2 books a month of any price, 2 audiobooks a month. So my first month, I got when you first enroll, you get 2 credits, and I automatically got You Are a Badass and Girl Boss. Why? Because those are more expensive personal development books, and they were books I really wanted but didn't want to read. I wanted to listen. So audio has been huge, and that's why I've been able to stick to 14 days in a row. I know a lot of people automatically think, well, if I have to read personal development books, when do I have time to sit down? I have 4 kids, or I work all the time. Well, you have time in the car, or you have time when you're in the shower. Get a speaker and put it in your bathroom and listen to it then. You have time when you get ready. You have time when you fold laundry. You have time when you are doing the dishes. You don't always have to have the TV on. And that's one thing that I've really had to learn and be disciplined with. I am a TV freak. I love my TV, like, period. I'll have it on all day long if I can. I'll find a show to watch if there's nothing to watch. Like, I love TV. It's one of the things that I struggle with a lot is turning it off because I like the background noise. And a lot of that has to do with Freddie's deployments. When he was gone, I needed that for company. So that has been hard for me to do, is shut that off and not have that background noise when I'm home alone. But I have been, because I've replaced it with personal development, and it's kept me from mindless, like Real Housewives of Orange County. I stick to that just 1 day a week, and it's given me more value to myself. It's added value to me. So when you guys wake up every morning, I want you to think to yourself, because I know there's times where you might wake up and say, I don't know what to do today. Like, how am I going to do my business today? I could invite somebody. Look at what you started with. Go back to the beginning and do your 3 vital behaviors. If you do those every single day, your business is going to move forward. If you wake up, do 10 minutes of audio or visual personal development, and that includes, like, personal development includes the National Wake Up Call on Mondays. That's personal development. That includes being on a team call. That's sometimes personal development, depending on who's speaking and what it's about. That's getting into one of Josh Coates' trainings. That is, watching old or listening to old National Wake Up Calls. There's so many ways to get personal development and grow yourself and move forward that I don't want you guys just, like, saying or having an excuse, well, I don't have a new book. I don't have a new book to watch or to read. You don't need a new book. Get on the computer and download a podcast. Chalene Johnson has a free podcast that you guys can all download and listen to on iTunes. It's amazing. I listen to it sometimes, and I got a lot of confidence from her, and she's who kind of pushed me forward when I started the business. So I don't want to seem like a drill sergeant or like I'm being rude, but I don't want to hear any excuses, which I think turned my coaches to have excuses, because if I'm not doing it, why are they going to do it? So if you're not doing it, why is your team going to do it? So holding myself accountable has made me realize that, like, I don't have an excuse anymore. I don't have an excuse not to start 5 conversations a day. Those are just conversations. I'm not telling you guys go and say, hey, join my challenge group. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is say, hey, how are you? I saw that you just had your baby. He or she is so cute. Like, how are you feeling? Hey, I saw that you went to the gym today. What workout did you do? Or, hey, I saw that you got into a fight with your mom. I'm so sorry. I hope everything's okay. It does not have to be beach party, beach party, beach party. Be a real person and respect them as real people and talk to them. Get to know them again if it's an old friend. Get to know a new person. If you see in a buy-sell trade group that someone's like, I really need help. I need help losing 15 pounds. Sure, you can say, I'm a health and fitness coach, but I really want to get to know you first. I want to get to know who you are so I can maybe help you find what's best for you, because you never know, that person might just need a really good personal development book. Surprise, you can say, hey, I know a really good personal development book that'll help you get through this time. So yeah, that's kind of just, I just wanted to let you guys all know that, that's what I've been doing, and I've been hitting Success Club between 10 and 15 for 6 months straight, which I didn't think was going to happen, but it was my non-negotiable this year. And the months that I do personal development, the months that I do, I talk to people, anybody and everybody. The months that I actually stick to working out, which if you guys haven't noticed, I've been doing Body Beats for almost 3 months now. I've actually stuck to it. I think I've missed maybe 2 weeks total. from being sick or hurt or whatever. That works. I'm promising you, that works. You will improve. You will see your body improve. You will feel your mind improve. You will see your business improve. Your overall life will improve. And if you're doing those 3 things a day, that's the power hour right there. There's your power hour done. You don't have to feel like you're on your phone constantly, or like you're ignoring your husband or your significant other, or you're ignoring your kids. Do those 3 things a day and then be done. See where it gets you. Do it for literally, it's November 3rd. Do it until the end of the month, every single day, and see what it does for you and your business. My coaches, and I don't know if Vanessa's going to do this, but I want you guys to be accountable for your personal development and message me every day your takeaways. So that way we can grow together as a team. You can even post it in our group message thread. Post your takeaways from personal development. Let's hold each other accountable for the entire month and just see how well we grow as individuals and our teams. Don't think of it as a numbers game anymore. Think of it more as, I'm going to talk to 5 people a day or 2 people a day, and I want to do my workouts every day because it makes me feel better. I want to drink Shakeology every day because it makes me feel good, and I'm going to do personal development and see what it does for me and see how I project that onto other people. So that's all I'm going to say about 3 vital behaviors, and I'm going to let Vanessa take over. So I'll talk to you guys all later. Do you want to mute me, Vanessa, because I can't from my phone?
Okay, that was really great. Thank you, Kirsten. So one of the things that we've been talking about is we have been doing a leadership class, group, whatever. We paid for this. You may have heard of Josh Coates. He did one of our team calls with Iron Edge a few weeks ago. And so Kirsten and I decided to do this group with him to help us be better leaders. And so we've been learning a lot with him, and that's why we wanted to do this call today, just going back to the basics, going back to the 3 vital behaviors. That is what the business is about, the 3 vital behaviors. We always want to find another system. And I'm just talking about the little things that I have in my head about the 3 vital behaviors before I go into the other things. But I remember, like, on the call with him, he was talking about how coaches want to they see other coaches and they think, oh, well, she has a blog, or, she has a website. So I need to have a blog. I need to have a website. And we go out and we try to do this. I did that too. I have a website and I don't even use it. And I paid for it and all this stuff, and I don't even use it because it's not working for me. So I want you to know that you don't have to have all this stuff. If another coach has that stuff, well, that maybe they already had a blog before they started coaching. Maybe that's their thing. If that's your niche, then go with it. But you don't have to do things that you don't want to do. I'm not a writer, so I would never be a good blogger. And so the thing is you don't have to have or come up with another system because it's already in front of you. And so every time I get discouraged and I'm like, what do I need to post? I go back to the 3 vital behaviors and I post about it. Post about my personal development. Post about, my workout for the day. Show me and my girls doing my workout. And then my, what else? Shakeology. Yeah, that's what it was. So, what we were going to tell you guys to do, this is your little homework on the 3 vital behaviors, is try to post it. If you're new coaches, post at least 2 times a day. It doesn't have to be Beachbody. I would say if you're posting 2 times a day, one of those would be related to health and fitness, okay? And then the second one would be, something personal or something that you ask a question. I ask questions all the time. If you see me asking questions on my profile, it's because I have an intention to get people to talk to me. Yesterday I asked about what do I do with my kids' artwork. I actually wanted to know that question answer because I really am having struggle with that. But be someone that people want to talk to on your wall. So it takes time to build up people to get, seeing, okay, what is Vanessa doing today, or what is Lacey doing, or Kirsten, or whatever. People come to your profile and look to see because they like following you because you have interesting content. So that's what I wanted to say about the 3 vital behaviors. I have a list, sorry. Okay, so one thing that I've been doing, and I learned this from somewhere that I read, I dive deep into learning from other coaches because I don't have it all figured out either, even though you may think I do. I really don't. Sometimes I'm like, what am I supposed to do today? Like, I don't even know. I'm scrolling Facebook, and that's terrible, to do, wasting time. But I really try to dive into training of other coaches. You can go to YouTube and find a ton of training on stuff, just random stuff. And so I'll go and do that sometimes if I have a few minutes to learn about something new that I could implement into my business and into my team. And so one of the things that I found that worked last month for me, and I'm going to do it this month again, it can work for challengers or it can work for coaching. I went and I was really doing it for coaches, but I think I'm going to do it this month for challengers as well, is I was going to my challengers and I was sending them a message that said basically this: hi, Susie, she was a challenger. So thank you, for being in my challenge group. I've loved having you in there. And I did this with my 5-day clean eating group people too. And just wanted to follow up with you. How is your clean eating going, whatever. And she would message me back, and I started off the conversation like that. And then I went into this and say, hey, I'm looking for 3 to 5 women to mentor and to see if they would like to join my team as a health and fitness coach. Do you think you know anybody in your life that would be interested in doing something like that? And I had several people that was like, no, I don't know anybody, but what's this about? And so then I went into telling them what I do. And so there are some people that are like, no, I don't know anybody. And that was it. And I was like, okay, thanks. They're going to have people that say, no, I don't know. But it really worked. And so you could do the same thing with the challengers. You could send people, and it's basically going around. It's an indirect way. It's not directly asking them. It's indirectly asking them a question. Okay. And it's like, hey, I'm looking for 3 to 5 people to join my next challenge group. I was wondering if you know anybody that would be interested in, jumping on a healthy journey with me and having support from me and my groups and my other coaches, and having accountability and, getting healthier, whatever. I'm such a bad writer. So by the way, you can totally do better than me, I promise. But you get the idea. So I'm going to do that as well for my challenge groups this month, and just to see how it goes, because what's probably going to happen is they may say, no, I don't know, but I want to know what you're doing. What's your challenge group about? And then that goes into write about what you can talk about everything about the challenge group. And so that's what I did last month, and it really did help. And then the last thing I want to talk about, because I know it's getting late, is I know that a lot of us get discouraged in this business. I get discouraged. If you're not discouraged now, you're gonna get discouraged. I promise. It just happens. Things happen where you don't meet your goals, the previous month. Life happens. It gets in the way of things. You have to put your business off, whatever it is, but you're going to get discouraged. I promise you. So if you're happy and everything's going great, that's awesome. But I promise you probably will get discouraged eventually. So what you need to do when you get discouraged is go back to that personal development. That is the only thing that is going to keep your mind positive when you're discouraged. And that's doesn't mean just in the business, that's in life in general. So go back to your personal development. And then also when you think about you come home from a long day at work or whatever you do, your stay-at-home mom and your kids are, they just drain you. And you're like, gosh, I got to work my business tonight. I don't really want to do that. I'm not going to do it. You need to remember and think about this. Why did you start this business? There's a reason that you're doing it. I've asked all of my coaches your whys. And so I want you to go back to that why when you're feeling discouraged and remember why you started, okay? Because it's going to, and it's not like, oh, I want to be a diamond coach, or I want to, whatever. I don't know. It's got to be something emotional attached, okay? My why is I want to be home with my kids more. I am spending way too much time away from them. I spend 2 days straight not seeing my kids. And if I keep talking about it, I'll just cry, because it's terrible. My oldest child has been acting out because of it, because she misses me. Yes, I could find another job, maybe. I don't know. It's just the way my job is. It's just working long hours. It's the typical kind of schedule for really any of it. But that is my why. That's the reason I'm doing this. And yes, it's to help people, and I love that and all that. But it's also to help benefit my family financially, so that I can be home more with them. So that's my emotional attachment to this business. So what is your emotional attachment? What gets you, your why? I've always heard this, your why should make you cry. So like I said, my why will definitely make me cry when I think about me being away from my kids all the time. So why are you doing this business? So when you're discouraged, I have 10 minutes. When you're discouraged, think about why you started, and think about your why. And that always helps me get back where I need to be. That and personal development always will get me back to where I am, because, there are times, there was like last month, I was seriously told my husband, I'm ready to quit this. I'm done. And he was like, Vanessa, seriously? Like, you've built this whole thing. You're going to let these little circumstances that I was going through make you quit the whole thing? Like, you can't do that. And I started thinking, I'm like, yeah, you're right. Whatever. But I had to go back to my why. And this is something that will allow me to, eventually in 3 to 5 years, however long it takes me, I'm going to pass up my pharmacy salary, and I'm going to be able to have financial freedom and be home with my kids. I know that's going to happen. Okay. That I have a vision, and I believe it. So you need to have a vision, and you need to believe what you want out of this business, and you will do it. So I know a lot of you are discouraged from both of our teams, because Kirsten and I have talked about it. And, for me, when I hear my coaches telling me they're discouraged because they didn't have a good month last month, it really is like, gosh, I don't know what to tell them. But then I remember what I've done. Okay. I've been discouraged too. I've had bad months. I've had, not made as much money as I wanted to, or started off as, have goals every month. When I start off the new month, I don't always hit those goals, but I always go back and I'm thinking, okay, last month is over. I'm going to stop having a pity party on what happened last month. And I'm going to go into this month, and I'm going to go full steam ahead, because I want to get to where my why is a reality. Okay. So, that's really all I have. We will continue. We've already planned out our next few weeks team calls, and I'm excited. Next week we're going to talk about expanding our networks, because that's something that you will run out of people. As a new coach, you have typically tons of people that you already that are on your Facebook or friends or whatever, but eventually you're going to run out of friends and run out of people to talk to. So we're going to talk about next week about expanding your networks. I know we have talked about that before, but we're going to add some more things in that we've learned from the leadership, Josh Coates. And then one of the next weeks, we're going to talk about serving our challengers and serving our coaches. So I just wanted to give you a little bit the topics of the next weeks coming up. Okay. And I hope all of this has helped you guys. Oh, last thing I want to tell you, because I know this is random, but I've heard this time and time again. So, and I've dealt with it so much, is time management and being on your phone all day. Okay. So I get messages all the time, not just, I get it from coaches, I get it from challengers, I get it from these 5-day clean eating challengers. All these people are messaging me, and it can get overwhelming. And so I've had coaches in the past tell me about this, and I don't want you do what I've done. I've seriously had my phone like all the time. Hannah's like asking me, Mommy, can you play with me? Hold on, I got to answer a question. Mommy, can you do this? Hold on, I have to answer a question. And it's all the time. Okay, so lately, the past few weeks, maybe the past month, I don't know, I've been setting times of working my business. And working my business means answering questions. I have a time set out for answering questions and doing things, talking, even with my coaches. If I don't respond to you immediately, it's because it's not during that time. Now, sometimes I will, but you have to do that, okay? You have to set time for you to respond to people, or you will go crazy because you will be on your phone all day long. So that is something I really challenge you to do, is to set times. I know it's really hard to see a message on your phone and you not respond, because I'm that person that has a really hard time. I don't want someone to get mad at me. I don't want them to think that I'm not helping them. But you have to set time aside, because if not, you're going to go nuts. But I've found in the past month that I've been doing this, I'm like, okay, I work my business in the mornings, either before work, and then I work my business late at night after work, okay? And then if I'm off, I work it still in the morning and after when the kids are in bed. So that's what I do. So like right now is my time that I would work. When we get off this call, I will do work. That is when I dive into challenge groups, answering questions there, getting back with my coaches, getting back with my challengers. And I found that when I've done, I've set times for that. It's almost like you set office hours. Like your teachers always have office hours. Well, that's what you're going to do. You're going to set time for office hours for your people. And I found that it's been really helpful. And I'm just like, I'm like getting to play with my kids today because I'm not attached to my phone. Because I'm going to do that. I have a set time for that tonight. And that's when I'm going to get back with them. They can wait. It's going to be fine. No one's going to die if you do not message them right now. Okay. Now I'm getting all fired up here. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully this call has really been beneficial. I only have a few more minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go and go to bed. So we look forward to seeing you guys next week. I will actually be working next week, so Kirsten will be taking over. So if you don't see me, that's why. But I will watch the recording, of course, and I will be telling her my thoughts to convey to you guys as well. So thank you guys for getting on. It means a lot that you take your time out for 2 calls tonight, Iron Edge, and this call was a good call. So thank you so much for being here. Good night.